was recently on the beautiful MSC Virtuosa for a 2-night mini cruise to Cherbourg. I was looking forward to getting back on the ship as I was previously on board a couple of years ago. On the previous cruise, I decided to splash out and stay in a massive aft-facing balcony suite, which turned out to be one of the nicest cruise cabins I'd ever stayed in. And things are going to be quite different this time, as there's not going to be any bubbly or any chocolates. Or even a balcony or a sofa, because this time I'll be staying in a standard inside cabin. And the cabin that I was going to be staying in was 13286. And as I walked in, I was pleasantly surprised by the size of the cabin. I just think that I was expecting a far more cramped space than this. I was concerned that I was going to find the cabin slightly claustrophobic. But due to how spacious the cabin was, I knew that this wasn't going to be an issue. And of course, another reason to stay in an inside cabin is that it's the cheapest way to cruise. On top of the bed, there are a couple of pool towels and a luggage protector. Over on the right hand side of the bed, there's a nightstand, a light switch and a lamp. Above the main lamp, there's a smaller reading lamp, and underneath is a USB-A socket, which is perfect for powering your electrical devices overnight. There's a cushion and a pair of pillows on each side of the bed, which itself was fantastically comfortable. And on the opposite side of the bed is the same nightstand, light switch and lamp as before. This desk area is a great size and comes with a tea service, which is an essential item for British cruisers. And above this is a large rectangular mirror, perfect for reflecting the light in this inside cabin. To the left there's a shelf, upon which there's an ice bucket and 2 glasses. On the right hand side you'll find 2 European sockets, 1 USB-A adapter and a light switch. And just past the kettle you'll find 2 US outlets. So don't forget to pack your travel power adapters. And lastly here is the Zoe Bluetooth speaker, which I don't think works anymore. Well, I couldn't get it to work anyway. I'd imagine that something like this will get removed when the ship goes in for a refit. And rather tucked away is this drawer, and inside of that is where you'll find the hairdryer, which took me far longer to find than it really should have done. And below here you'll find a nest of 2 stools. And next to that is where you'll find the fridge. In here there are a couple of minibar items, but we just use it to store our waters. And to the left of the desk area is the wardrobe. To the right hand side there's a hanging rail, a safe and some drawers. The safe is a good size for storing your personal items, but not big enough for a laptop. And the 2 drawers are a perfect size for storing smaller items of clothes. And to the left hand side there's a shelf, a rail and plenty of hangers too. And this longer hanging space would be ideal for things like dresses. And sticking with the storage theme, you can easily get 2 suitcases underneath the bed. And I never expected to see so much floor space in an inside cabin. Over here is a black plastic container for your rubbish and your recycling. And there's also a phone for you to call reception, your cabin steward or for in-room dining. And above that is a large flat screen TV. From here you can watch a choice of television channels, check your onboard account and watch movies on demand. And there did seem to be plenty of choice available. And adorning the walls were a couple of musical inspired art prints. And there's also a full length mirror to check yourself out before you head out. On the wall there are 3 coat hooks, and you can find the safety card on the back of the door. And outside of the bathroom door is the room thermostat, the attendant bell, the keycard switch and the lighting switch. Now heading into the bathroom, and once again I thought this was a generous space considering it was only an inside cabin. To the left is a shower enclosure which comes with an acrylic door and screen. You won't find that nasty shower curtain here. Inside, and there's a pull-out line for hanging up any wet clothes. The shower itself was nice and powerful, and there was also body wash and shower gel mounted on the wall. There's a basket mounted if you wish to bring your own toiletries, and there's a rail for shaving your legs. The enclosure was a good size, and I really appreciated the high quality grower shower. I was very impressed with the attention to detail in here. There's a shaver point tucked up into the ceiling, and next to that is a large storage area, which should provide ample space for all your toiletries. There's a long vanity unit with a shelf below with the shower mat and toilet roll. And there's a monoblock mixer tap above the rather funky style basin. And to the left is a pump soap dispenser and a couple of glasses. And below this there's a cupboard with some additional storage space and a waste paper bin. To the right of this is a rail and 2 fluffy white hand towels. Above that is a rectangular magnifying mirror. And hanging above this are 2 large white bath towels, and there are a pair of hooks behind the door. As I embarked the ship, I was given a couple of pieces of paper to help me through the first couple of hours on board, which gave useful information regarding when the cabin was going to be ready, when the luggage would arrive, and the compulsory safety drill. Although neither mentioned that the main dining room was going to be open for lunch, only that there would be food available in the buffet. So remember to check the MSC For Me app to see what time the dining room is open and head there to avoid the madness of the buffet. If you'd like to have a relaxing start to the day, then why not order breakfast to your cabin? So let's see what's available. There's a choice of beverages to choose from coffees, teas, hot chocolate, milk and juices. And then there's a choice of yogurt, spreads and cereals. And then finally followed by a selection of pastries and a choice of bread. Then all that's left to do is to complete the information on the back of the card, select what time you'd like to have it delivered and leave it out before 2 AM in the morning. However, I'm going to be honest with you and say that this clip is from my previous cruise, as I actually forgot to put the card outside of the cabin door. But in my defence, I think that's because I've made the most of the drinks package. Overall, I felt that this cabin was a fantastic choice and brilliant value for money. Many thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on.